back to their bread and butter, the old Terrorblade push strat.
Yeah,
they're gonna hope to get that Manta into Scotty or Butterfly timing and just hit it as hard as possible, because if this game goes late and it's even, they are not winning it. I think I am 100% decided on that. You have Doom, Wind Ranger, Morphling in the late game with a Rubick Spear Breaker.
The battle begins.
I mean, good goddamn luck, right? That sounds impossible to beat. So they're gonna have to tempo this game, get some Roshans, get some push going. That 25 to 30 minute mark, the really pivotal ones, and that means you want your lanes to be as good as possible, and 4 runes. That is definitely going to help you get there.
Yeah, a little bit. 4 bounty runes. GPK is probably not going to be too happy about that.
He is not.
Seeing his matchup against the Storm Spirit, which I assume is one that Wind Ranger can kind of abuse a little bit.
Shield's fine here. I don't think you're going to shut Quinn out. I don't expect this lane to be super one-sided either way. He had to deny his own obs as well. So GPK definitely angry about this early game. But he had a perfect game last game, and he's had a damn near perfect series. Man is firing on all cylinders. I expect greatness, and I expect it to keep coming. As Quinn is going to have to answer for his sins last time around, because that early laning phase on the Dragon Knight was unacceptable.
True.
Shame.
BetBoom as a whole had been firing on all cylinders, because this year, I mean, hell, just this DreamLeague, this season, they have beat Gaming Gladiators in 3 series in just this season.
Yes, they are undefeated.
They 2-0'd them in Group Stage 1, 2-1 them in Group Stage 2. They 2-0'd them in the upper bracket.
True.
I mean, this is just out of control at this point in time. And Gaming Gladiators now at this point have only won twice against BetBoom in this entire time. Isn't that insane?
That actually is pretty insane. Yeah, that is a rough stat to go up.
Like, how does that happen?
I was also confused there because that Decay did not cancel us out, but I forgot they made Decay 0 damage level 1. However, it will not matter for Celery as he gets the kill, but not before Tofu finds the connection on Nightfall. And all of that early game that BetBoom transposed into a really strong mid game, we were talking about it's based on kills. It's based on kill momentum. Here they're down 4 runes. Now they're down First Blood. Now they're down on Morphling Death. I mean, this game is already so damn favored for gaming off the lanes alone. Just so much gold being extracted right now. You got to stem the bleeding, let alone talking about winning these lanes. You just got to start going even in them. That is an uphill battle already. As both side lanes going gaming's way on heroes they are very comfortable with. I mean, that's the upside. You're going to run this on Dying Techie's back for like the 3rd time around. You're very comfortable on the heroes.
Yeah,
you lose some flexibility, you lose some creativity. There's downsides and trade-offs to everything here. I think BetBoom are more than happy to play into this support duo, as they also know what its strengths and weaknesses are, and so far have been able to exploit it pretty damn well. So that just means you have to step up even more if you're gaming here, because you're not the one adapting to what BetBoom has thrown at you. You're just the one continuing to run what you believe in, while they pick out the counter picks, which so far have worked. And Quinn has redeemed himself. Good job, Quinn. Couple claps all around. Yes,
20-3 compared to 17-3. So yeah, this is going very well for him.
Nope, this time around he did not stick that pipe in his own bicycle wheel. Yeah, you just got that.
Is that Quinn complaining about his supports?
Yeah, that was
when he's clutching his knee. He's like, "Goddamn supports ruining my lane." Tofu barely getting away.
If only there wasn't a roamer, I could have out-CS'd him. Well, now you got to do it the fair way.
Ooh, Duraggio pulled back in, but they have to address the tombstone, so they'll go for that instead. Get the gold for it.
This isn't the fastest start for Pure I've seen. He does go this Battle Doom build, the 0-2-1. So you are burning out some regen from Duraggio, making these trades a little more difficult. It's a fairly close lane. Pure will eventually get to that Midas. It is pretty inevitable. He also tends to be a very low death hero on the Doom. I think a lot of players tend to die once or twice in lane on Doom, but Pure seems to just always get out of there without giving up that 1 or 2 kill, which means you're giving less to the enemies, saving more for yourself later.
It seems particularly important if you're not going to go early levels of Devour.
Right. That is the big reason for it. He's happy to go into these aggressive exchanges, but if you give up the kill in those aggressive exchanges, they're totally not worth it here, as you have no gold to fall back on. But it does take advantage of the fact that, you know, this Devour was nerfed a little. So if you can get the kills, they are probably worth more than those Devour points. You just don't get the early creep. Sure. That's the downside. Nightfall gonna walk off ace here as Toronto Tokyo takes a couple CS. Reliving his core days.
Oh, Pure getting kited around a little bit, but Durachio's also low, and he'll almost finish him off with that Fate Bolt. Not quite good enough, though, and now the healing salve is going to kick in.
Just as I say, he rarely dies, he dies. Yeah. So that'll improve Durachio's game significantly here as Quinn looking for that level 6 first, and he's wearing GPK out of resources. This is a pretty chipped lane that Gaming can rotate to if they feel like their supports are free. You can maybe leave Ace alone down here. He has Helm and full wand. You're definitely looking at the 6-minute rune here if you're Tofu. Yeah. Gotta win it for Quinn here. Gotta build some momentum versus GPK, who's kind of been out of control this series. And it's not going to be Celery, because Celery cannot leave Durachio solo up here, especially during this 5-minute catapult push with a lot of nuke damage between the Doom and the Rubick. We're going to trade it out again. 6-minute rune coming up. And
yeah, look at mid. Toronto Tokyo is already charging, so he'll be in position for this, but they're going to go for it. They have level 6. They got it before Quinn, and they might just be able to get the kill. It's going to be a close call, but underneath the tower, they get it before Toronto Tokyo dies. GPK might die to Tofu, though.
Nope. Did not get the rune. It was shield rune bottom, and Tofu should be able to get there and deny it. Might even hold it if GPK doesn't check. It's a nice timing gank from Toronto Tokyo. And I'm surprised GPK got to that 6 first. Thought that lane was going a lot better for Quinn, but once again, GPK pulls out just that bit ahead, and they get that timing connection. Nice recognition here, going to set Quinn back, and he does get the rune save for him. So at least he's got that going, you know?
Tower is under attack. Are scanning.
That'll probably ensure that he gets the 6 this time around. Charge up to the top lane. Toronto Tokyo, who you've had a lot of praise for his improvement as a support. Now, I would say part of it is the fact that he has showcased that he is able to play both the melee and support 5s really well. He's gotten really good on positioning on range 5s, but he is an animal on these melee 5s, man.
I love myself a melee 5 player, man. I think the 5 melee players are the best players in the world. Why are you laughing at that?
Because I know you are a melee 5 player.
Well, that's, I
know you're an Elder Titan player.
Aside, I think the 5 melees are some of the, genuinely, some of the most difficult heroes to pull off in the really high tier competitive, because when you fall really hard. Like, yeah. There's nothing to cushion the blow on the 5 melees. And I don't count on dying because that hero is bullshit. I'm counting the real 5s, you know, the Clockwork 5 players, the Nyx 5 players, the Spear Breaker 5s. These are the OGs, and you got to respect
the Elder Titan.
Pay your damn dues. Well, I wasn't going to name the Elder Titan, but yeah, he's...
What about Ogre? What about Ogre?
Yeah, Ogre's in there.
Really?
That hero is...
I feel like Ogre's a little like Undying.
Nah, that hero's just bad.
Oh, wow.
You're going to try and walk off this meta. It does have Vanguard and a Lotus. Not an easy kill.
Yeah, in fact, Celery's got to be more careful. Underneath the tower like that.
Did not respect the sustain coming out from Pure. That is not as easy a kill as you had early on, especially with Devour up, a little extra armor.
And he's still on a Lotus, too.
Yeah, he's still baiting it out. And Durachio's going to take the hits for free because Quinn is coming in with an Arcane Rune. They're just so far back because it got pushed in so fast.
Rotation. They get a charge, ready to go. Toronto Tokyo's going to try and stop him. Help Pure. Punish a little bit.
Get a little bash.
Yeah, a little bash action.
And Toronto Tokyo in the right place at the right time again.
Radiant's top tower
level 5 already on this breaker, giving solo XP to Nightfall, who is lapping it up. They will lose their tier 1 to that Tombstone meta push. So overall, Gaming probably happy with that exchange, but it's not what Quinn was looking for with that Arcane Rune rotation. He's just gonna have to go back mid and get his bottle refilled. What a sad life he lives, constantly getting that refilled.
Yeah, that actually is legitimately a pretty big difference, is the fact that he will not have that same kind of refill, not from the bottle, but from the Pugna. He doesn't have a gas station.
Nope. Gonna have to pull himself up by the bootstraps here.
GPK does have Wind Run. Blast off doesn't land there. The rest of the team is here. Great charging. Shackle shot over the top of it. Can they chain it? No. Nothing left in the tank. Bet Boom still going to back away as going up to that high ground is too damn dangerous.
It's a very tanky Storm. 1200 HP already. Falcon Blade's going to give him some extra survivability.
They're going to go back to it again.
Wait, this is max Wind Run. You can't really man up on this. I feel like you're just throwing resources in the drain. You're going to create some space behind the tower, but there's no creep wave hitting it. really deep.
Another win run. Do you think Quinn thought it was a lower level win run,
Maybe.
perhaps?
Yeah, maybe he's just not expecting the max win run build here from GPK, but it is sort of a standard on the mid-win ranger.
Yeah.
I think they felt like they were going to get more tower damage out of that, but the wave got cleaned up, so there was nothing there.
The tower damage is coming
Here it
soon.
comes.
Toronto, Tokyo.
Yep, Steve, you are
in.
food.
Can anybody help him? Any charges? No, they're just literally going to leave save to die.
God could not help that, Rubick.
Yeah, I guess
that
not.
is the lightning matchup for you, son. And
How did that shackle shot not latch to anything?
Dire's courier.
Ace is also going to realize GBK has max win run here as Quinn jumps into a charge.
Yeah, a lot of hasted heroes here. Haste rune for the Storm Spirits and Shapeshifts. Finally runs out. Celery's going to be torn apart by the Focus Fire, and they will be able to rally to defend their tower. So really not that much damage done.
No, I think Bethboom are super happy with that. It was the Loikin rotation with this catapult coming in, but again, there were just no creeps hitting the tower. They got pulled off during that skirmish, so you got nothing done on this objective. That's not what you look for with that Lycan backstab, especially when it's so free. I mean, you just gobble up save, you have a numbers advantage. These cores from Bethboom are also not going to rotate. They're very greedy in the Doom and the Morph. They want a lot of solo time and a lot of XP. You have the Midas being built on Pure. He's not going to show up to fights for a little bit, and you have the early mask for Nightfall. He could get involved, but not versus the Lycan that he can't really interact with. That is a move that I think Gaming wanted a lot more out of, and Bethboom are happy that it resulted in almost nothing. And now they get to quickly smoke up GPK to bottom and try and return the favor while the Wolf is down. This is a high-level Wind Ranger. They have the damage, though. No ult for 10. That's a tanky Wolf.
Looks like he has the read of the situation.
Yeah, but what do you do with this smoke? This is a lot of wasted time. I mean, Pure's gonna go into mid to gobble up the waves. Now you have a counter smoke from Gaming, who have read that there's a lot of heroes on the map and maybe felt like Ace was getting ganked. But instead, we'll just be going straight on to Nightfall. His reaction speed will be tested.
Not fast enough.
Radiant's bottom.
I like that Tofu. He placed his blast off like a little bit closer to the trees. So the time between him showing and him landing was like minimized.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard
Radiant's
stun to
bottom
dodge.
tower is under attack.
And that'll be the
Radiant's
tier 1
bottom
down.
tower has fallen.
Nightfall lingers a little too long. That's failed smoke connection from his team. Maybe baits him into overconfidence. That's going to open up the next Lycan rotation into mid, which I fully expect Ace to make. Perhaps with Helm of the Overlord if he can get there, but even if you don't get it, I think you're still going to make this move because you have such a large tempo advantage over Pure right now. He is just in catch-up mode.
Yeah.
And this is not a Doom that catches up as fast as he used to. It's going to be a slow recovery for him, which pushes more weight onto GPK here to continue to not die, number one, and get some items up fast enough where he can exert some skirmish power. Not an easy matchup for him in this Lycan either.
So Ace is going to take that tempo and try and take this mid tower again.
Round 2.
So
This is harder to contest for sure.
Pure's in catch-up mode. Does that mean Ace is in mustard mode?
This is a terrible joke, and you deserve absolutely no laughs for it. The App Store once again faces his worst
Radiant's
nemesis.
middle tower is under
Multiple
attack.
units.
Radiant's
Multiple
structures are
units.
fortified.
I mean, you were sick for like 3 days, stuck in your room for 80 hours, and that was the joke you came up with.
I spent a lot of time in Twitch chat.
I can tell.
Radiant's middle
A
tower
lot
has
of time.
Oh, you did your research, huh? Your consumer research decided that's what they like?
Yeah.
fallen. Dire are scanning.
Not so windy now.
That was like a Lacoste here joke.
Yeah, but you're not Lacoste, so
Well, neither are
you can't
you.
pull it off.
That's true.
But
Something about that damn man pulls
I
it
have
off.
studied the ways of Lacoste.
Radiant are scanning.
All right, let's see you make a god tier pun this game. 4-8, 4,000 net worth lead for Gaming Gladiators. Looking to try and even the series up and push it to a game 5 where they have been to before in DreamLeague Season 19, in fact, against Liquid.
TP's top for Pure. The Midas. Use the Midas, son.
The Midas, use the Midas. Oh no, he's gonna try and TP up. That is ambitious.
Why
What the
didn't you
use of the
Midas?
Doom and the TP out.
And he didn't Midas.
Oh, for shame.
I agreed with none of that.
Yeah.
Did you just leave his chair?
I'm out, guys.
I saw him turn around. He yelled at somebody. Like, guys, what the hell is happening on the map right now? Go do something. Team. because there is nothing being done. These games have been very one-sided in terms of the kills. Just feels
Yeah,
like
they
one
have.
team shuts the other out and they don't give them any windows back. That Boom searching for answers. It'll be another smoke on GPK with that finished Atos.
Our closest game was game 1, actually.
Yep, that was a very close one. Came down to a single Roche fight. But then it's been shutouts. This is looking like another shutout if that Boom don't get something going on. Another smoke that just misses completely.
Yeah.
There's nobody down here. You're going to get a deep lane obs, but you're not invading the enemy side of the map. Gaming are just playing their Helm of the Overlord Lycan, farming to their timings, and they see pretty deep here, so the move's going to be a lot easier for them. And the Roshan is already available if they get a good fight around the pit. They're just going to gobble it up, looking towards Celery mid. I mean, that has been GPK's target. Just take the easy Undying with every ult.
Yeah.
That's going to be his 4th death.
Okay, drops the tombstone because apparently Gaming Gladiators still want to fight. Nice telekinesis, grabbing Tofu midair, brings him back down to earth. Quinn is going to be able to zip to finish off that kill, and now with the help of Dyrachyo, they'll push in against GPK as well. Win run, getting him some distance, but Ace really wants to complete this kill. Thankfully, the charge is there from Toronto Tokyo. Nightfall. We should be fine, just morph to strength. Gaming Gladiators do manage to push BetBoom back into their base and can put some good damage onto this tier 2 mid.
Especially with the Dragon.
Yeah,
Just an easy objective push. I mean, their ball is way too strong for BetBoom to contest right now.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way you're taking these 5-on-5. So you're getting kills and you're getting the hell out, and then you're trying to rat the map. I don't really like that Nightfall came to this fight. Like, I don't know what the hell you're ever going to do in this exchange. It's already a lost 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 skirmish, and then you're just wasting time that could be spent farming and pushing lanes in.
Yeah, be a little bit more like Pure.
Look at him. Pure had the right idea. He's like, I'm not going to that shit. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do my dive. The one here we get tried.
And Quinn is here with the invis. Yikes. Every single time he dooms somebody,
it's not gone
very bad.
They will find Dyrachyo solo bottom. He has
Another technical shot doesn't latch. Dyrachyo does have the Sunder. Gets it off, and that might kill it.
Yeah, you really needed that kill. Especially when this wolf form is down and Ace is not that useful.
I mean, one thing to note is that GPK, really bad damage. Because he went a Rod of Atos instead of the Maelstrom first.
Definitely hurts him.
I feel like he wanted the damage. I feel like, you know, you wanted to be able to get on top of somebody and kill them in 3 seconds, not 8.
I mean, I think this build is great if the early game is going better, because then you get an extra stun for the Storm in the fights that can help set up the Doom or chain him into a lift or a charge. That aspect's really nice. You definitely want the Gleipnir in this game versus the Lycan versus the Illusion, so you're going to go the Athos at some point. But it does hurt him in these single target focus situations where you're going on Terrorblade. You much rather have Maelstrom. Especially early on, it might help you push some waves faster too. It does make him tankier. That aspect is nice. He's still not died in this game.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
But gaming don't necessarily care about killing BetBoom here. They care about getting to their 5-man and pushing base at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah, Helm of the Overlord is up, so, you know, that Roshan timer, it's ticking. Gaming Gladiators are going to do that, Roche. Just a question of who they kill first. Nightfall.
He's in trouble.
Waveform away, starts morphing into strength. Can he outdo this? Mines, one of them goes off, TP away. It's going to be a close call, but he makes it. Oh, no, he didn't. What?
He died to
a sticky bomb?
A sticky bomb, yeah. Blew up in the fountain. It's a global nuke. Wow. Is you to the ends of the earth, and that'll just be another easy tier 2 push off that Morphling find. Again, even if Gaming don't get Nightfall there, I don't think they care. So it's just setting up for what the line wants to do, which is just push, 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 and take more of the map away, but they get him plus save on top. That's a 3K boon. And look at where the lanes are. You're not even getting anything here if you're BetBoom.
No.
If the Dyrachyo's controlling it with the illusions. That did a lot of damage.
Oh my god, that
must have been really close.
He was at 287 health.
Yeah, so this thing only does 320.
It must have barely
literally on the edge.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, I don't even know how that killed him, to be honest, but I mean, my math is not 1 HP accurate, but I feel like he was over that threshold.
Maybe more
he got
agility a little
Never mind,
bit.
he got amped by proximity, so
Oh yeah,
his
yeah.
magic resistance was lower, of course. Of course, Cap, you
Yeah.
fool. Or should I say, you fool? This is what he said. No.
Oh no,
I don't have any
It's
more.
already that time, huh?
I don't have any more Fool
Radiant's
Rebellion
bottom
anymore.
tower is under attack.
I've already told it. Oh, so we'll have to write some new stuff.
I think we got enough of it out of Sheep's Jeopardy game.
It's true. Actually, I heard that the reason Valve isn't doing the battle passes here is so they can devote more time to building up the lore of Dota 2. So I'm really looking forward to that, Valve. If when you release that lore anthology,
Yeah.
that we are all super hyped for now, that would be a major letdown if you didn't.
Yes, of course. I read between the lines when they said we're going to do less cosmetics. They meant more lore.
Yes, build the game. That I think that was their phrase.
Yeah.
Deliver the content that everybody wants. I think we all know what they meant.
I mean, that's clearly
Radiant's
what
top tower
makes
is under
the
attack.
average concurrent numbers go up, right? It's just those
just
player
saying.
numbers skyrocket when people know more about the game.
I agree.
Dire are scanning.
Kaya-san, so
Radiant's
this Storm
top
Spirit
tower has
is
fallen.
untouchable unless you get Doom on him. Which is pretty much it.
And even then, he might not die. Like, you might just walk it off. You have mech on Celery already with max soul rip.
Radiant
Decent amount of heal to go in.
They're going high ground without Roshan, without Scotty.
Yeah, why not?
That's
I
pretty
feel
cool.
like this has just become more of the norm. Like, why waste time killing Roche when you can just force it because you know you're stronger? They do get the tombstone out pretty deep.
Nightfall is deep.
What?
The rest of the team is out.
That looked terrible.
Yeah, it was not great.
He was trying to put it on the high ground, but he missed.
Yeah.
Damage.
Just ran away.
Probably because he was so pressured because he was like, wait, my entire team is like 1,000 units behind me.
Well, look at this chart, though.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
This max is amazing.
I am.
Ooh, didn't get him.
But yeah, that is a tough one to connect on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fine, Tofu.
Oh, I thought Toronto Tokyo might have died there. Whew.
All right, so that push does bring Betboom back, forces them into an awkward engagement. Gaming do not lose any gold off that exchange. We'll continue to farm up the map here, and I mean that Roche is still waiting. They want a man up for it. Maybe you're wanting to save it for like this next Terrorblade item. Sriracha Scotty completed. Looking at a Lincoln's, he just skipped the Manta here. Figures they have enough lane shove as it is with the Lycan plus the Storm threat, keeping Betboom off the map.
Yeah, I would say that like in the previous patch, we would do these early Roshans because
Radiant's
you
top
use
tower
that
is
to be
under
able to
attack.
get to the second Roshan, which gave you Shard, third Roshan, so on and so forth. Stun, okay. This is a real opening here. A good pickoff on Ace. Now, Duracio's cutting in. They still have the charge on through with the Tombstone out as well. This is going to be a messy fight. They have killed Ace. Now the Gleipnir goes out on the two of them. Duracio's getting a little bit low. The focus fire on him. They got the stun. They finish him off. They get the kill. The blast off comes in too late to bail him out. They do manage to get a side kill on Toronto Tokyo, but he is more than happy to give up his life for this team fight. Exactly. That wasn't me.
I thought that was actually you. You're going to try and get the quad here for Nightfall as he looks for his ultra kill. Come on, give it to the man. These disarms are so annoying.
Dire's courier.
They're going to give it to him. See, that's a nice team right there.
Dire's courier has been
Yo,
killed.
GPK, you want to stay on the roster or what, bro?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It was too long. They took too much time.
Oh, Nightfall! Holy cow, good thing he saw that coming.
Wait, Quinn's dead now.
He's out of mana. What have you done, Quinn?
Have you done indeed?
Bottom tower is under attack.
Just gave him a freebie.
He's gonna have a little zip, but there's no way he can get far enough away. Okay, that was
Some frustration from gaming.
a bit of a throw.
I feel like this game was pretty straightforward, right? You just go in the Roche pit, you take that objective, and then you're looking at a really good 25-minute high ground. You could be going high ground right now with a Greaves Undying,
Dire's middle
Aegis,
tower.
Scotty, Terrorblade versus 3 underfarmed cores. You just gave so much gold back to Betboom. That lead was up to 13, 14K. It's 4K. That was a 10K swing in the last 4 minutes here. Off of a single Tofu death.
What?
They killed Tofu, it opened
Yeah.
up some space, and they smoked in Doom Ace.
Oh yeah,
And everything just chained afterwards.
You're right.
That is just...
I mean, frankly, I didn't think they were gonna fight for that ace.
No, I think you just leave Ace there. Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
if Doom's on cooldown, he comes
Jump
back
the other
up,
wave.
go Roche.
Yeah, you go Roche when he's up, but they don't have Doom.
Structures
I think that's just a pretty big failure of events here for gaming. A slip up, maybe the frustration, maybe some pressure. Either way, they will eventually get into this Roche, but the damage has been done, and now Bet Boom, even if you take a lane of Rax, it is not going to end this game.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh, timing was so right, but it's not good enough.
And it went so wrong.
Good attempt save. I admire the boldness of that play.
Yeah, I respect that. I think that's actually a fine play to go for. You're not giving up too much here. Your respawn cooldown's pretty low. That's some extra morale boost for the team.
Dire's top tower
If you get it, that might just win you this game straight up.
Sure.
Oh, pretty close on the timing.
Radiant
Pretty damn
are
close. Not close enough, however. Gaming will secure their Aegis and are now going for this push that could have been happening with a much larger lead, but they will do it anyway. As Dirachi will make the call. Meta, Scotty, Aegis with Pavis, Greaves, and the Lycan auras behind him. This is a strong Terror Blade.
is under attack. Dire's
Bet Boom
top
probably going to try and poke him down, wear out this Aegis. Again, I don't know if they mind one Rax going down as long as they win the fight. They just don't want to lose the fight on top of everything here. And Ags is up for Nightfall, so he's going to steal a lot of stats and attack speed away from Dirachi here and put illusions out of his own that are obnoxious to deal with. This push is getting slowed down. Your meta's halfway.
Is Gaming Gladiators going to be able to commit here?
Setting the Lizard in.
Oh, charge coming through. Toronto Tokyo cancels it. Dirachi immediately thinking about going back up to that high ground because you're right, the meta is wearing out.
I mean, if you don't commit here, when's your next window to try and take a Rax this game? This is what your lineup's designed to do. And Bet Boom just worn out your entire meta. It's gone. It is absolutely gone. I mean, Bet Boom can just take the fight if they want to. They have a Shiva's up here with Blink. He is caught up in this game, and that is a very powerful aura item, slowing down the attack speed here. Reflection stolen as well. This is not a fight anymore for gaming, and that is concerning.
Yeah, I think they
very
got ooh, Bet Boom are gonna smoke out. You're right. You're saying they can take the fight.
I think they absolutely can if Pure finds the opening. If you land a good core Doom, the Shivas can give you the vision. You're just gonna mow these cores down, especially with no meta to fight back. They're looking for any stragglers. Another mistake could just cost gaming all the momentum they built in this game. Early warning sign.
Not gonna be spotted. He
This
gets
is
up to
so
high
greedy.
ground.
Did you just not see the mine? Oh my god.
Oh, he's gonna be out of mana. TP away. The charge got him. Oh, Quinn is gonna die again. Not respecting Bet Boom and their aggression.
Maybe he was just trying to play it to the edge and waste their time or something, right? But
They're actually gonna go for more too.
that just felt greedy.
Yeah.
And I can't help but feeling like the last 10 minutes in this game, it's just slipping away from gaming right now. They have not put a good push together. And again, I refuse to believe they can win late game here. I just don't see it.
Oh boy.
I actually think Bet Boom are just in the lead right now.
If Nightfall gets the butterfly, what do you even do?
Yeah,
if
like,
he
what
turns
is your
into the
Morphling?
Terror Blade and he just waveforms and is like, haha, I'm now a Terror Blade with butterfly and your own Terror Blade doesn't do any damage because I stole his stats.
Is that the next Morphling voice line?
Haha.
Haha! I'm taking your stats. Am I allowed to do that voice?
That's not a chat wheel line. That's just a sound effect of him using Morph. Just
Yeah, that's just
automatically
in the
goes
game.
off. Yeah.
Pure is just tanking up, man. Dandelion Amulet on top of all of this with Glimmer behind him. He is going to be able to take the brunt of these goes. Just be that brick wall, and especially if you have buybacks here for Bet Boom, then your high ground defense is even stronger. Because again, the clock is on gaming. Meta back up. A minute left on the Aegis, round 2. Gotta get more out of it.
Scenario for Gaming Gladiators.
He's going to get dropped to give the vision. It's going to put even more on your clock here. Dirachi just can't fight these illusions and reflections. He's killing himself.
Oh, Quinn almost got caught, but the telekinesis tossed him away from the Centaur stun of Pure.
MKB done for Dirachi. He's hitting a massive power spike. He wants to sunder somebody. These reflections. double reflection stolen out from the Rubick and the Morphling. So much. He's just hitting himself again.
So much damage. Stone is finally gone. He's going to pop his ultimate. There goes the Sunder. Pure's going to reset here, and they're going to try and finish up this barracks, but the backdoor protection does go up in a nice shackle shot.
That's a beauty.
Locking down Tarantio. Push
out.
Back in a little bit more. They get the Glimmer Cape to get him out, but they get the Doom on him, and the focus fire. They got to be able to stop GPK, but it gets him with the shackle shot. That's going to be life number 1. Nightfall in deep, no waveform.
Oh, it's
Morphing into strength, trying to stay up.
This is do or die.
Oh, he's actually going to die. GPK, now he's going to be stuck in this one. They overextended themselves, trying to focus on a hero with an Aegis. But they pushed too deep, they delved too greedily, and now Gaming Gladiators, they can take so much out of this. They have 45 seconds to do whatever the hell they want, Avery.
The secret was letting meta wear out. Dyrachio was way more powerful without it. He just walks in and MKBs his way through 2 core kills. No reflections to bother him that time. And Pure, he just can't get in there and do anything past killing the first life. This is mega.
I mean, we said that was a must-win scenario, but oh man, what a stun from Pure. Too bad there's no damage around.
I mean, they're getting decay steals, but that's about it.
Yeah, that really is it. Save is trying to 1v5 it, baby.
I mean, he's actually getting a lot of this decay. Holy crap.
Yeah, look at all the zombies go.
That's a shard. It's not a shard.
He has 56 strength.
He's a monster. He's still decaying them.
Did he just hold this game?
I think so. I actually think they might get megas there because he stole Tombstone, dropped the Tombstone, and then hit like 3 or... He has 56 stolen strength.
Yeah,
like,
he had 60 at one point.
What the hell?
Okay, Save somehow keeping this game going where Gaming Gladiators were potentially just ending it.
Bro, you just go Ags.
Well, you have decay.
You go Ags on Rubick just for the Ags decay. I guess you saved our racks. That was the fight the game were looking for, though. Pushes them back up to the 14K, right where they were before. Yeah. They get a Toronto-Tokyo buyback, and finally they can feel better about this or the Heralding impact because he can connect with the MKB on these cores without the meta, which I thought was going to be very difficult. That was definitely an overcommittal on that Aegis. It was timing out. It had to be less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, I wonder if they just
unnecessary.
They just had it wrong.
They might have been very close to the timer, but even then you can just play that fight slower, right?
Sure.
Because gaming don't want to turn. That boom will throw a bit more cushion back to gaming's way. Now the question if you're gaming is, do you wait for next Roshan or do you try and push that last lane of racks when you know there's no glyph? And Toronto Tokyo has no buyback and you just finished that BKB for Dyrachio. There's a world where you just push the high ground and BKB get the megas? It's pretty risky though. I think Gaming are just going to wait for the next Roshan. Take that objective-based fight. They have a Lincoln's on Quinn. That is an item that could potentially block this Doom, not only on him, but on Dyrachio if they're trying to focus him. It's going to be a big item to look out for in the fight. And Nullifier done for Ace. Very important. Verse GPK on the Wind Ranger. Verse all the auras and the glimmers that are coming out from Bet Boom to try and help Nightfall in the fight. It's going to let Dyrachio go to town on that single target.
And it is so hard to be able to fight around these Roshan setups where Techie's already laid a bunch of mines. You just can't get a good smoke gank.
Yeah, they're trying to go the long way around, which I feel like teams have been doing this more and more, trying to get the super wrap. So you don't just push into that high ground gate, but Gaming are doing the same thing. And the thing is, they're going to have the lanes going in here. So the pressure is on Bet Boom to find the jump.
Yep, the mines go off, so they know where they're at.
That is a lot of mines. Remember, Toronto Tokyo does not have buyback. He doesn't really want to just die early and sacrifice himself like he normally would. They're just going to send the dragon in to do a hero's work. Oh, what a start right there.
Getting two immediately, and Pure can't even get off his Doom. Toronto Tokyo goes in with a charge, immediately dies, missed by Tobert. Bet Boom, just get out. They had to give up this Roshan, and if they lose any more heroes, maybe even more than just Rosh.
That was a sick connection from Tofu, just off the vision that the summons and the illusions are giving, and that is the way Gaming can play all these fights. See everything first, find the connection, just makes their lives a lot easier. No jump for Pure, he can't get anything off. Toronto Tokyo dead for that extended timer. They're not even going to wait for Rosh. They're just going to push the lanes, and that was a meta usage. Maybe you'll have a window when you're up for Bet Boom to try and contest this again, but this fight's just, it's very hard to go into Gaming's lineup here, especially when they have that Tombstone shard online as well. You got to find the jump with Pure. You don't have a vision mechanism to help him. Part of the problem here, the wolves, the summons, the illusions, the tombstone, even remnants and mines. Literally every hero on Gaming can contribute something to vision around a Roshan pit that you have to go through. That is just miserable.
Do you think that's part of the reason he went in Shivas? Do you think, like, him just being able to blink in and get vision for both his allies but also himself
doesn't hurt? I mean, he has nothing else to do it. The problem is that Shivas is not a, it's not a guarantee, and it's not that easy because the Lincoln spheres, the Shivas does nothing against that. So even if you blink in, see Quinn, I mean, you still can't doom him. Sure. So then you're kind of stuck in an equally bad spot, and that's just going to be Roshan to Gaming here. It is a cheese and an Aegis. They'll likely give the Aegis to dota2 to Siege, but that cheese on Quinn is pretty tasty as well. That is 2 good lives on 2 good heroes here, and next meta up in 45, that is going to be the fight for Megas. If you're Bet Boom, where do you want to take that fight? Is it high ground? Is it flanking behind and try and pick off the back line? I feel like I'd rather take that fight. I don't think I want to just sit in my base and let them go high ground. The reflection steals are great, but I think it really sucks for Pure and Toronto Tokyo to fight from behind their barracks. So if you get them behind in a solid position with a ward, that could be the window you're looking for here. Bait someone in the base too, that would be really nice.
I would also say if you had more than 1 lane of barracks left, maybe you could do that, but 1 lane between you and Megas, I do not want to risk a high ground fight.
Yeah, you might win that fight and get Megas anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like this position, but the problem is the scouting.
It's too good.
There's so many vision mechanisms. They're gonna send the illusions in. They're gonna start chipping away. dota2's gonna meta. All right, Bet Boom. They don't have a ward to find this back line. Toronto Tokyo's gonna use his body. Cannot do Quinn. They're gonna doom.
Is that really good enough, though? He already got off the shapeshift to Nightfall, stuck in hell. He waveforms in and has no way to get out. GG is called. We're going to a game 5.
That is what everybody wanted to see here. I mean, you talked about a Gaming. This is the first time they've been down in a series. That is not an easy position to bounce back into.